Red Stratus 97. One thing I have learned over many years is that it's impossible to make everyone happy. There's always going to be something you are going to do to offend someone. It's going to happen. I used to care about things like this. I would try to change myself in all different ways so I wouldn't offend people at all. But then, eventually, I found out there are actually people that feel that my very presence around them offends them and that my face offends them. It was then that I realized certain people are always going to be offended no matter what you do. As the years have gone by, I've seen many stories on the news about all kinds of people being offended over many things. I do wonder when many people will realize that they need to learn tolerance and how to deal with what is, in my opinion, life in general. Tolerance is a life skill. You need it for the real world. Or is everyone now going to run yelling and screaming at the very moment they feel offended by something? That is sad. And in my opinion, it just shows the human race just continues to move backwards. When I think about human race moving backwards, I think about this very platform, YouTube. I think about these clickbaity Sonic type videos, all these people saying the same exact things. I think about things like the Me Too movement. I think about, a lot of people that will get offended at jokes that maybe 5, 10 years ago everyone laughed at. I think about just society and how everyone just lives in their little safe space bubble. I think about Facebook groups like the Metal Jesus Facebook group and all them that, they silence any curse words I hear, things of that nature. So, I just think about and remember like the, call me ma'am. Remember that stuff that came out? And I think Radical Reggie had a video talked about, and I actually agree with some things believe it or not, I actually agree with some things Radical Reggie said in that video. There was actually a little bit of common sense from the floor sleep. And, you look at Twitter, and that's one reason I stay away from social media. You look at Twitter and you see certain people that will leave tweets. Okay, and sometimes people like Roseanne Barr will leave some tweets and you're like, what's going on here? And you could see maybe the backlash for certain things. But there's certain people that leave tweets that little special groups will cut apart and they'll have their certain agendas and they'll hold those tweets up that, like I said, maybe 4 or 5 years ago would have been maybe hilarious jokes. Nowadays, that person is blackballed. That person can't be in any movies. They can't be in any TV shows. You just have this society right now, this society that gets shocked at every single thing that goes on. People need to develop a thicker skin. And I understand where you're coming from when you say that, you tried to make everyone happy, throughout your day, you tried to make everyone happy. I'm telling you, man, or a woman, I don't know, Red Stratus, I'm not sure if it's male or female. I would guess a male because, like I mentioned before, I have 98% of people that come here, I looked at my analytics, are males. So, if you wonder why sometimes I say guy or dude or man, it's because more often than not, people that comment here are males. Unless I see, Ashley or Michelle or something in the name, I just assume you're male. And that's something too I'd like. Maybe a little bit of diversity, huh? Some more chicks. Actually, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm gender neutral. Doesn't matter, Everyone's welcome here. And the thing is, like, I don't get offended. Personally, I don't get offended, at a lot of things in life. I don't get offended at many jokes. I see the humor in things. A lot of people got to understand that, comics nowadays, comics are walking on eggshells. A lot of people are offended with things Bill Burr says, and Bill Burr is like a mainstream comic. He's one of my favorite comics, but he even talks about things like the Me Too movement and, how just, white men seem to be like the core of every problem that's going on. He feels like attacked whenever he walks out like, oh my God, I'm a white guy. So I can't redo the thing. I can't remember what he said, but real comics too. Like, I'd hate to see, comedy in like 10, 15, 20 years in the future. You really can't make any jokes anymore. You can't make any jokes. Oh, you can't make jokes about fat people, right? No, you can't make jokes about fat people. See, I can't even mention, a lot of the groups that you can't make jokes about, but it's through jokes that, we laugh and we have fun. And it's just sad all around. Sad all around. Now, how it applies to YouTube is, and me, like a lot of time people will stop by and they'll say, Rick, that's offensive. I'm offended that you would say that. I'm like, grow up is what I'll say. Grow up. Get out of that bubble. I'll pop your bubble. There's videos I have right now that, people will come by and, certain groups saw some of these videos. They'd be like, whoa, we need to get you off of YouTube because, you make jokes about things. Life is a joke in a way. A lot of life is a joke. You know what the biggest joke about life is, Red Stratus 97? It ends. We die.